The views, opinions, and pages shared by Wealth Revolution and guests are not intended or implied to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.
Hello and welcome, everyone. It's Darius Barazandeh, and today we've got a very special Q&A with none other than one of my favorites, Debbie Johnson. And whether you are live or you're listening in on the replay, we're going to be bringing in angelic energies. We're going to be giving you very important, perhaps predictions, understandings, insights as to what could be happening coming forward in the next couple weeks, months, or even the next year, and insights that could be super important for your life. Now, why is this important? Because as I've been talking about, there is an energy, there is a magic to aligning to the light. There's something that happens when you understand that there is a higher frequency resonance at work, and you can tap into this. Now, this frequency, this resonance, you could call this 5D, you could call this 8D, you could call it the angelic realm, you could call it your higher guidance, you could call it your angelic helpers, but there is a higher realm. And what we're seeing right now, I believe, is a lot of things in the world that are creating confusion, they're creating fear, they're creating, worry and unrest. And a lot of it is not aligned, as I've said for years, to the highest dimensions. So we're going to get direct answers on what we can do to align to that. And for you today, it could be moving to a different place. It could be a job, could be a situation with a boyfriend or girlfriend, a relationship. We're going to dive into all of it. And if you are listening to the replay and you want to grab time with Debbie, she's got that available. So don't wait till the end of the interview because they could go very quick. Other thing is, as you're hearing her share how people can begin to make these decisions, you are going to get information. I believe these actual interviews transmit information. So as you're listening, you're going to be getting that. Now, our guest today, Debbie Johnson, is a psychic medium. She's also in special connection with the Angelic Realm, has been working with clients all over the world for more than 20 years. She brings messages from angels to you by channeling archangels, passed on loved ones, spirit guides, and much more for soul healing. And you can ask questions about your future, your health, or any other subject you need. Now, she began to see spirits as a small child. And when she woke up about it and told people, they told her stop making up stories because nobody saw what she actually was seeing. She was raised in a Southern Baptist household, and this gift represented something else to them. And so it was repressed. Now, it started to come back in her 20s. She began to write music and she got even stronger and then studied Reiki. And she began to see through Reiki human spirits. She also witnessed the magnificence of the archangels and their abilities to help others. And what's really important to me is that this higher realm is really where humanity is moving to. I believe we're all getting more and more of this wisdom. And that's why this 3D world looks so crazy, because in comparison to what we're connecting to, we're looking at this like, well, why? Why are we doing this? Why would we do that? Doesn't make sense anymore. So let me know if you're in a place where it just doesn't make sense and you're seeing it as chaos. But what is also there, what I want you to get from this is you may also be getting information from the higher realms that is now giving you wisdom, a wisdom that means you are transcending the world. And that is now what's super important. So we're going to talk about all of that. Go ahead and raise your hand. I want to share a few stories. One person said, I have no words to describe the healing. This was Diane. She says, I was amazed at the people that showed up, my dad, my grandparents, and animals. She was accurate. The angels also offered healing on my mother's legs. And Archangel Michael cleared a block in my heart and confirmed that my healing gifts are going to open up for people and animals. Another person, after my first session, I was joyous, full of hope, and my grieving process continued to move forward to a happier place. Another person, Debbie actually was recommended, and she was actually the first person to see a condition 1 year before anyone else was able to. And I'm not going to say what that was, but I can tell you sometimes the angels can see things in our body that's going on and give us insights as to what to do to maintain the healthiest space possible. So let's welcome Debbie back to Wealth Revolution. Debbie, thanks for being here.
Hi, Darius. Hi, everyone. I love that meditation for the world. Thank you, Darius. And thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I love our time because it's so practical and we get to, ask questions for folks as to like, what's the next path forward, what's coming, and it's a really it's a really amazing time. I think we kind of bring in a very high energy and everything shifts. So thanks for doing this and thanks for being here.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. I got some goodies.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I want to start out. What is different with what you're doing this season really quick? Because you're helping us use the magic of our reality, right? The magic of angels to shift our reality. Why do we need a little bit of magic right now? I got to ask that because I do feel like, some of us are forgetting there is magic. Why is that important?
So angels are so powerful at running consciousness, helping us shift our mind. And nowadays, our consciousness is more powerful than ever. We can manifest quick, positive or negative, and angels can remove the negative thought. So that's one of their magical abilities that I use all the time, that it helps so much during this time. We're very powerful right now with our manifesting ability, whether it's positive or negative. And having them clear the negative makes us get to what we want faster.
I want to ask you about that because there are people that would say, well, if we are really strong in manifesting, then why am I not actually manifesting what I want? Why does it feel like things are getting harder or more challenging? What do you think's really going on, like deep inside of people or inside of those unconscious or lower energies that we may have?
Well, good question. Our consciousness is layered. We've got, past life consciousness, childhood consciousness. We've got a lot of subconscious things going on. So that's why angels are really good. They can go to all the layers. If we're not using them, we might not hit all the layers.
Interesting. Okay. And how can we use the angels? I want to give people some strategies. Like, when you wake up in the morning, is there something you can call in or invoke or ask a question? How would you maybe begin your day using some angel magic?
My favorite thing is, angels, thank you for waking me up today. Thank you for my life. What do you want me to do next? And something will pop in my head. It might be a phone call. It might be to meditate. It might be nothing. But I like to ask them, what would you like me to do next? Or when I get stuck, what do you want me to do next?
I really love that because it's that small incremental set of steps that then leads to the next step and the next step and the next step. And you're not necessarily controlling through your mind what you are doing. You're letting the angels kind of guide you slowly into that space. I love that. 'Cause sometimes we think, I got to do this and this is the only way. And then you miss the forest for the trees and you're like, oh, I didn't realize, there was this huge opportunity in front of me. So everyone write that down. All right, I'm going to get to some of your questions here really quick. Let me also ask folks, raise your hand by going to reactions and also finding your name, raising your hand. That way, if you're on a mobile device. And let's just give kind of the general rundown. Is there any information you're getting about the summer from the angels or some things maybe we need to do to keep ourselves in a high vibration, to keep ourselves in a hopeful vibration? Anything they're saying about this like month and next couple months that might be important for people?
Yes. So we are going into a very heavy time where there's light, there's dark. The Kabbalistic teaching teaches that if there is a new thing you're doing or very light revealing thing you're doing, 365 demons will try and attack it. So we have to overcome all this negativity, can be called evil eye, to get through our new start, new beginning, new idea, new relationship. So we have extra, help with angels to keep things, dark energy away, keep things in the light. Also, this summer will be hard. I feel like the light and the dark will be more extreme than ever. So it's really important to stay connected, whether it's meditating, walking, getting quiet time and listening to that tiny voice. The quiet voice is going to guide you through the chaos.
Yeah.
The loud voice of the neighbor, the loud voice of the television, or might not guide you through the chaos as well as the quiet voice inside of you.
I agree with that. You said something interesting. You said every time we start like something new or a new spiritual purpose, there 300, how many come against us?
365 demons will attack it. That's how light and dark, that's how powerful light can be. That's how many demons are needed to attack something new.
Is there a spiritual kind of struggle battle kind of going on right now on Earth? Do you see that?
Oh,
Did they show you
absolutely.
that? Okay.
It blows me away. It's so obvious. It's so obvious, like light and dark. You can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this going to lift? I have some people say, oh, well, it's going to lift. It's going to be over like next week. I mean, do they give us any idea as to when it'll lift, and then maybe a majority of people at least see where there is kind of dark that's not we talk about like service to self versus service to others, and like that whole consortium that's service to self and destructive zero point when it starts to really lift and we all kind of breathe, or do they give you that information?
My gut is August is the hardest month. I don't know why, but I hear August is the most difficult month for some reason in the world, everywhere.
Yeah. Well, I was just talking about, the global kind of escalation, and nobody's out there that I see talking about peace yet, or, at least people in the government. It's like, oh, well, we're just gonna, oh, what did they do? They tried to reinstitute, they want to reinstitute the draft and all this. I'm like, it's just amazing to watch. So when we get to August, does it cool in September, or do we still have things kind of lingering after August?
Still lingering until after the election time, November, and way better in January. So it's going to be very heated from August till about November.
Do they show you, I got to ask you some questions. Do they show you that there will even be a US election? I wonder about that. Like, will it just be
You know what? It's blurry. It's the weirdest message. It's very blurry, but I do see someone new in control. I do see that it does change hands. So better. It's better.
Okay. Well, that's some shocking information. We'll see what happens with that. That's interesting. Do you see it, or do they show you it being like a peaceful transition, or just like a complete shit show for a few months? That's kind of what I see. That's what I see.
Not peaceful.
Yeah, not peaceful. I feel like, they know they're kind of losing, and I'm not just talking about political parties, but it's kind of like this guard, this whatever group is kind of like, people are so realizing it's like not serving humanity, at least people that are awake. And I think at some point they realize it's not going to be easy for them to hold on to power. So they're going to pull everything in the book, from another pandemic to a world war to the cyber attack. I think they're going to try to say the election systems are cyber attacked, so we can't trust. It's going to be just everything and anything. And you've been seeing it. The WHO came out, oh, it's bird flu. Oh no, it's monkeypox. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. It's like everything, like we're just going to throw it against the wall and see if it sticks. And if you're discerning as a human, you're like, okay, really? Okay. You just sit back, kind of watch and go, I don't know this time. I'm not so sure. But we'll see. What about the economy? I got to ask that. Then we're going to get into some questions. Economically, do you see things as kind of trudging along? Should people be like making big purchases, or, like buying a new house, new car, or should they be maybe investing more in themselves, or really getting clear on who they are, who they want to be, so they can really differentiate and maybe create a individual economy, a new economy through themselves? Like, what do you see with that?
I feel the same trajectory with what I just said in the world. August is rough, and then things get better after January. So I would
Yeah.
recommend new house, January,
Mm.
new car, maybe December, January, those kind of things. I think the economy's better by then.
Mm. Okay. Well, that is very good. We're getting some interesting things coming in, too. One person said some astrologers have said neither party candidate will be elected. Another person said the Guardian spoke to the next president, and it will not be a cabal member. We shall see for sure. Suzanne Evans says RFK. Yeah, he would be cool. I think I could get on board with that. At least I think, from what I've been looking at. Julian Assange has been freed. That's good news for free speech. It is. I just question why now? Why did the Justice Department of this administration free him? And I just don't know. Maybe to get a win under their belt and say, look, we're really for free speech. We're the ones that freed Assange. And then later tighten down the reins. Like, I don't know. I always think fourth and fifth order because I just don't trust anybody. Yeah. All right. So we're going to dive into some questions here. Lots of things. I mean, I told you it's a very interesting time, but we were all born to be here at this time and rise. So turn on your spidey senses. We're going to go deep. All right. So I'd like everyone just to have one big question, and then we can go into some of the answers for folks. We've got Julie number 2. Julie with the number 2 after her name. So Julie, what question do you have for Debbie? Let's see if she's there. Okay, Julie. Hi.
Hi, Julie.
My question is, I have started writing, and it's kind of a futuristic type of novel, and it's kind of branched into 2 different directions. And I feel like it's coming from above. It's like being channeled, but I'm not sure like how to really connect in, because I'm going in a couple different directions. So I'm trying to, if you can give me some advice on how to get really focused when I do the writing and when I'm listening and connecting, that would be awesome.
Great question, Julie. Gabriel is the best angel for channeling, writing, and Gabriel can help you get it from the highest light, whatever you want to bring down through the writing. And that's choosing which one matches the light better. Ask Gabriel before you write. Just bring down the stuff that's of the light, the highest and best for everyone.
That's awesome, because that helps me so much to trying to decipher which one is making more sense. But going with the light seems obvious, but I hadn't thought of that.
Well, I think you're writing, there's a spiritual message, an undercurrent in this futuristic thing you're writing. It's very strong. So Gabriel is probably giving you the story. He's probably already I know he is. You're saying, yeah. You're downloading it from Gabriel. So any confusion, ask Gabriel to clarify it for you. That angel can help with that consciousness of, downloads.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, Debbie. And thank you, I think it was Julie too.
Julie.
All right, Julie. Okay, I've got a question from Penny who wrote in. She says, oh my gosh, quote unquote, heavy time coming. I don't know if I can take any more heavy, and any chaos and pressure. Any insight as to why this is happening to me? So when we say that, I'm always careful for people that are already kind of overloaded. Like, what do we do? And for Penny, who's saying, why is this happening to her? It sounds like she's got chaos in her own life. Any insights for her? And then maybe for everyone, like, how do you deal with it? How do you transcend some of the stuff that maybe we all don't want to see?
Well, Penny sounds like an empath. Empaths are having a really hard time right now because you're feeling the world. Empaths
Amen.
really carry a lot, and it can be very heavy, but that's the other magic of angels. They can clear empathic energy. They can please release what's not mine. When you get overloaded, so Penny, if you're having like overload, angels release what's not mine, and within a few moments you start to get lighter. You'll still have your own stuff, but it's like, get rid of the world or the people around you and their stuff.
That is so beautiful. So absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's why sometimes I come on here and I'm just like, I just got to rant because I'm hearing all this stuff and I feel it. I feel these things building.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're building, 2-3 weeks before people realize. And I just come up and I'm just like, this is just getting crazy. And I can feel it. And I can see the agendas that these different sides are trying to pull on humanity. And it's just
Yeah.
like, God, like, you got to wake up, folks. This can't happen. But we will. We're gonna see. We've got Jackie, who is here. Jackie, is that how I say your name? And are you with us?
Hi, you said it right.
Oh, good.
Oh, thank you.
All right, thank you. I feel good today. I needed one good win. That's a good win. I'll take it. little steps.
Anyway, thank you again. My question is, I'm a massage therapist. I just broke my arm, and I don't know if I'm going to go back the way I did before because things were starting to bother me a little bit physically. I don't. I'm wondering if I should try and do something with past life regression and astrology, combine the two.
So, which arm is it?
The right arm.
Right. The right means, okay. The right means that is your ability to do what you want to do. So if you broke that arm, you feel blocked doing what you really want to do.
Oh.
So the angels are kind of telling you this is a good time to pursue what you really want to do.
Okay.
It doesn't mean you don't want to do massage anymore, but it means you might have a deeper desire.
Or it could be a little bit more in the background.
Yeah.
It's not, yeah. But I prefer, I want to do some more energy healing work, and I really like the past life regression work.
Yeah.
I do too. I do too. I love that. I think that's great.
But I feel like there's a place for astrology in the past life work, but I don't know where yet. Like with the North Nodes or something like that. That's something I have to figure out.
I love it. Check it out. It's time. You have time to do that now. And I don't think the breaking the arm was on purpose, but it just signifies to me, oh, that's the right side of the body, the ability to move forward in the direction of your dreams. It means you need to get through and start moving into where do you dream to be?
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Jackie. That's great. I love that combination. And I feel like all she has to do for me from the outside of this is become really well versed in both.
Mm-hmm.
And then as you're doing the past life regression, there are going to be things that come up, themes and things that could relate to astrology, and the person's astrological chart would give reason behind why certain things happened in that life and how that relates to this path and this astrological chart. So it just ties in and gives depth. And I don't think one replaces the other. I think it's just kind of like one augments the other. And what's interesting too is I don't know anybody that's actually looked at past life astrology, right? So we always say, oh, well, what's your birth chart? Well, what was my birth chart 2 lifetimes ago? And what does it have to do with what I'm experiencing? Like, I don't know anyone that's done that. So that's very unique. So I love that. I think that's great. So it's like really cool. Dr. Juanice, who do we have?
It's Juanice. I know who that is.
Oh, Dr. Juanice. I see it now.
Debbie.
Hi, Berta.
How are you?
Oh, good to see you.
Good to see you. Good to see you. My question to you is, and probably it would help everybody else, like, when you have tried everything and it's like the universe says, no, you can't go that way, it blocks every step you make forward. And so I'll give the example. I've tried to refinance the house. I've tried to sell the house. And I just feel like I am stuck right here in this one spot and I can't go forward. So now I have Now, I've just surrendered. I can't say give up, but I have surrendered. I've kind of swallowed it. And so I'm replanting these seeds now, right here in the same spot. What do you see there?
The surrender is, so angels will guide us through open doors, doors open, or doors close. If we're getting closed doors and there's a reason we need to surrender. There is. So it is time to hold. They're trying to hold you in a certain spot right now for a reason. I feel like things open again in July. So not very far. I think there's another opening in July for you. It just feels like you have to hold right now.
Yeah.
They want you to hold. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my God, you're so welcome.
A question for her as well, and for anybody. You bring up such a great point, Dr. Winnies. If someone keeps bumping up against a wall, there is this, of course, feeling like, well, I've got to overcome it, or I'm not going to give in. I'm going to manifest beyond it. Or, when do you know to just take a pause and, like she said so wisely, plant seeds where I am instead of like trying to go through the wall? Like, okay, I'm gonna paint flowers on the wall and make it beautiful versus like trying to break down the wall. Like, how do you know? What do the angels say about that?
It'll be in your consciousness. You might not agree with it. You'll know you'll actually know so angels talk in our consciousness in that quiet voice. That quiet voice will be telling you what she said. Surrender. But we have to get to that point where we hear the quiet voice.
Or we're not going to. Like, it was tough for me. It's been 4 years. I'm saying, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's literally been 4 years saying, no, I'm going to manifest it. No way. I'm not taking it. No way. And so finally, after, getting my hand slapped for 4 years, it's like, okay, I'll listen. So that's where I am. It's tough when you're in that spot, when you don't listen.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard fighting it. I've been there. I get it.
Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you. All right, let me get to another caller. I love how we're kind of moving through quickly for folks. We've got Tina, KOR. Let me see. Tina, how can we help you today?
Hi, Debbie. Hi, Darius. How are you?
Hello. Good, good.
Hi there. Yeah, I was just wondering, is there anything that you see in regards to my son? He's been struggling a lot right now, and this has brought a lot of turmoil to the family. Do you see any negative attachments to him maybe, or he kind of keeps going through the same loop over and over again?
Yeah, I do feel energy on your son. And quickly, has he had like a major dental thing or any kind of x-rays or something like that recently? Or I pick up some medical something, but already happened.
No, nothing like that. No.
No dental x-ray, no dental work.
No, I mean, he hasn't been to the dentist for a while. I mean, maybe we should look at that checked into.
When was the last time?
Maybe a couple years.
They're saying an energy got through during a procedure. So that would be when the energy came through. That can come through x-ray, dentist, fillings, trauma.
Okay.
And the angels are going to clear it. He is not himself. When they clear it, the pupils will shrink. When negative energy is attached to a soul, the pupils are actually dilated slightly. So we're going to pray for him today. What's his first name, if that's okay?
Tasso.
Archangel Michael for Tasso. Release anything not in the light affecting him. Yeah. Demonic energy around the back of the neck and the head. So affecting also his mannerisms, behavior, his voice. So has he been aggressive?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. It's
Mhm.
gone. They got rid of it. But
Wow.
it's saying that it went in through some, feels like the procedure was near the head.
Mhm.
So I just think of, for kids, dentist stuff.
Mhm.
When anyone listening, their children going for dental work or any kind of surgery, ask Archangel Michael to protect their aura. The aura gets very vulnerable in these procedures, but he's actually a really sweet kid.
Yeah. He is. Yeah. Mhm.
His pupils should look different,
Okay.
smaller.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow.
Mhm.
Wow, that's great. Thank you so much.
Tina, let us know. I don't know if you're able to visit with him before the call ends or
Yeah.
any updates. Let us know. We definitely are all have our hearts open and praying for y'all.
Mhm.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. I want to get to a question from the Q&A. Somebody chatted in. Do the angels have a message for all of us? What to do and think about as the world seems to be changing so fast? Yeah, what is there a general message about just kind of the world right now and what to do to keep our energy maybe closer to them versus closer to the sludge we're moving through?
The key word there was fast. So time, our perception of time has actually sped up. So things feel so fast. This year's gone by so fast.
It's true.
Everything's faster. It's faster to manifest light and faster to manifest dark, faster to heal, faster to, again, manifest negative. So angels release my fear, release my doubt, release any negativity around me, keep asking them to clear negative. We need a lot of help with that. And angels are the best at it.
I agree. We've got to call on them. I've been saying this again and again, and it's the first thing we forget,
Yeah.
That's why I really love people to get a session with you, because once you start just over and over and over again calling things and moving them and people realizing this is a real thing,
Yeah.
it's hard to go back. You can hear it on a call, but when Debbie finds personal things about you and the angels know things and you start to feel things, it's very hard to not absolutely believe and start to change your life. But that's why we do a lot of these Q&As, because I want people to see how powerful it is. All right, so what I'm going to do, let me keep going. We've got some more callers here. Time does feel like it's racing. Yeah, I agree. Go ahead and raise your hand. We've got Yvette, how can we help you? Let's see if Yvette's there. Yeah, there you are.
Yes. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Darius. Hi, Debbie. And so
Hi,
I just
Yvette.
wanted to, hi, hun. And I haven't seen you on the call for some time, but yeah, so pretty, hun. I just want to say that. I just wanted to know if you see putting in to apply for military disability, and want to see if you see anything and how that bears out.
Yvette, while you were telling me, before you even asked your question, I kept seeing the numbers 333. Have you been seeing them? Like 333?
Mm-mm.
Have you seen that number
No,
around?
no,
Okay,
ma'am. Mm-mm.
you might start seeing it. It means miracle. So you are getting a miracle. Usually it means a miracle. It's an angel number for miracle of health or birth. So you getting a miracle. I heard end of the year. I don't think this is instant. I feel like it could be closer to the end of the year.
Yeah, they tend to, the bureaucratic red tape, they drag it
Yeah,
for sure.
you'll get it though. You get it.
All right. Thank you
She
so
gets
much.
it.
I
Oh,
appreciate
wow.
you.
Okay.
Thank you, hon. Thank you,
Wow.
Darius.
Thank you. All right. Hang in there. Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah. All right. I'm going to go to, let's see, we've got another person, Aceling's iPhone. Aceling, are you there? And how do I say your name correctly? Sorry if I'm the worst at pronouncing names. I should be really good because I have a very hard to pronounce name, but that just I did not receive that gift.
Ashling.
Asling. Okay. Asling.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. Thank you. Thanks for picking me. Debbie, I'm just wondering what direction to take next in my career, whether it should be online business or writing. So I'm just really interested in female empowerment and just wondering if you could see what way I should take that.
You're so creative. Like, I just feel like all this creative energy. I saw it because you've got dolphins all around you. It's sometimes they show me dolphins to represent someone's creativity, but you have something swimming around, so much creativity and so many ideas. But what I heard was do both. You kind of do better doing more than one thing.
Yeah. Perfect.
One will help the other. One will help the other.
And I'm just looking at doing a course at the moment. Do you think I should move forward with that? It's business planning and entrepreneurship. Or should I just go straight in as I am?
Straight in, girl.
Straight in. Okay. Okay.
Straight in.
Brilliant. That's great.
I agree. Now, if you do take any course, take a course on maybe persuasion, public speaking, sales would be great, right? Because there's ways to present what you do in a way. But yeah, business planning, I have an MBA in finance. It was funny, what we were learning in marketing was like 20 years old as to what they were doing at the time. So it's like ridiculous. I was like, I learned nothing. So
that's what I feel. I feel like it will be going backwards.
That's right. But the classes I have taken that I found are really great, like not just public speaking, but actually like how to speak and persuade with your message or sales, like those sorts of things to understand, how you get what you're doing across and demonstrate value, like very specific programs on that by people who do that, even things like how to give a TED talk, like those kind of things where it's very much like how to really capture an audience. And I probably need to work on that more myself, but I'm saying is that like those are very helpful. You can use those. So yeah, I would go in that direction so you can really communicate yourself to others really well. Yeah. Awesome.
Okay.
Great
Thank
idea.
you so much. Thank you.
Awesome. I love it. All right. Anna, we've got Anna. And I love this. I mean, people are getting great guidance. And this is the thing, Debbie, when you work with folks one-on-one, it's not just one question, because usually there's another question people would ask and another one, and we just don't have time. So it's nice to be able to open the door. But let's open it up here with our guest, Anna. How can we help you, Anna?
Oh, hi. Thanks so much for choosing me. Hi, Debbie. I have like two little questions. Well, one is that I was just wondering if I'm ever going to have like a significant, romantic relationship. It's been quite a while since I've dated anyone, and I, there was like an attraction with two married men, like 2 years in a row, a couple of years back, and I mean, nothing happened, but I just, I feel a bit like, what?
Well, in November, you're in one.
I'm in what?
You're in a relationship in November.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A good one?
A good one. That's a good question.
You're holding hands, so I'm going to say you like the person.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, in November.
Okay, great. And yeah, the other question I just had, because I had a reading with you a couple of months ago, and cause I'm self-employed, and you said I would be busy work-wise in July, but I haven't heard about anything cropping up yet. So I was just wondering if that's still on the horizon.
Yeah,
it is.
It still is.
Okay.
It still is. So July's not here yet. So then what is she, do they have any guidance for her to be, does she have to do anything, like be open to something, or is there something maybe coming in that she's not seeing, that's kind of, is it an email that's not been answered that somehow got missed? Or I don't, that's my thoughts.
Not yet. It hasn't come yet. It's saying
Okay.
from a woman, from a female. I
Yeah.
saw the letter S.
S.
Work from a female.
Okay.
S could be something about her.
Yeah. Okay, great. I'll rock my brains.
Okay.
Keep my eyes and ears open.
Keep your eyes
Yes,
in your,
it's
what
coming.
kind of work do you do? What kind of gifts do you share?
I work in like TV and film.
Oh, okay.
But like globally, like it's been really bad last year and a half. So it's kind of like everybody's a bit worried and stressed. So yeah.
S in July. It's coming.
S in July. Okay, great.
It's in
Thanks a million.
July. Okay. All right. Wonderful.
Appreciate
I'm
it.
very, and Anna, where are you calling in from?
Well, I live in London, but I'm from Ireland.
Okay. Well, I was just imagining. So November in London is, I would say, it's cold there, right? You can see how ridiculous I am.
Yeah,
Okay.
it gets chilly about then, yeah.
Gets chilly. Okay, so I can see you walking in London, nice holding hands with warm, bundly clothes, and
Yes.
beautiful amber
Nice.
lights from shops and coffee shops and ale houses shining on the snow. I love
Perfect.
it.
That's amazing.
I
Sounds
love
amazing.
it.
I like it. I see, like, yeah, I love it. So
I love it.
let's go to another caller. We've got Alexandra. Alexandra, how can we help you today?
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you so much for taking my call. I'm in such a like, I think I had a stroke, like a mini stroke. I
Mm.
tell you,
Oh, no.
I tell you the
Okay.
story real short. What happened to me? I live in an apartment building, and it was developed by one of these psychopath philanthropist guys from the community redevelopment agency like 20 years ago, and they got sued now that it wasn't wheelchair accessible, and I've been living in this building for 17 years. Anyway, they evacuated me because they needed to take back the apartments. They evacuated 20% of the apartments here and relocated us into an Airbnb for 3 months. And then they dumped us back into the apartment with all the boxes, and nothing fits because they rearranged the walls and everything is wheelchair low. Anyway, my big dog died. I had a beautiful golden retriever. He died of a
I'm so sorry.
bleeding ulcer because I had all these men 10 at a time in and out of the apartment with the boxes, and he couldn't protect me or my little dog that's on a picture. And he got a bleeding ulcer and died after $7,000. Anyway, they owe me about $10,000. They owe me for my dog for starters, but half the furniture is broken. And I'm totally sick over the whole thing, and I don't know what to do. And I have such a fear of authority, and I want to ask for like 10 grand because that's the small claims court in California.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just so scared that I'm getting sick over like I have to ask and fight for myself. Can you help me somehow?
Ooh, I'm so sorry about your loss and what's going on with this apartment, but honestly, it's where your biggest fear is where your biggest gift is. So if you're being put in a situation by the universe to speak up for yourself, you have to. Your soul is going, we have to do this, even though it's terrifying. I do hear you'll win on the furniture, not on the dog. So you might have to prove that much damage to the furniture.
Okay.
Okay.
Not for the dog. I mean, the dog was
I don't.
perfectly fine. This been going since last September, and he was perfectly fine before this whole thing
They're not
started.
going to award the dog. They're not going to do it. I don't know what is in the contract, but I just heard they won't financially, they won't do anything for your baby, but they will. You would win based on damages, furniture damages, and things like that.
And we don't agree. I mean, we think, of course, they are responsible, but she's just saying
Absolutely.
what she's seeing, so we can. Yeah, but now you can go forward and do it. You can do it. You can do it, Alexandra. You can do it.
She has to. She
has to. Okay.
Her
She
gift.
has
There's
to.
a gift. There's a gift there that's wanting to. There's a gift in your voice or in the doing it. Yeah.
Okay. And maybe it's part of just her journey to rise and be able to confront authority and say, this is what was done that was wrong to me, and I need to rise and be in my power. So we don't always, we don't always choose the battles. However, we do at one level, maybe at a higher self level, but we don't always choose in this third 3D, or be aware that we've chosen it, right? Jamia, we've got here. Jamia, how can we help you today?
Hi guys. Thanks for calling on me.
Yeah.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay. Hi. So I just wanted to know if you can give me any info on if I met my soulmate or not, or like my significant other, or if I'm going to meet him in the future, as well as like anything that you can tell me or the angels can tell me about career and finances and how that's going to go in the near future.
So you have a visitor. You have a woman who's crossed over, and she looks like a grandmother, or she goes, you met him. She's telling me you met who you're supposed to meet already. I don't know if you've dated them or you just know them, but you've met them. She says you met them.
Oh my gosh. Is it the guy that I've been dating? Didn't they answer that?
Is there one other guy around it seems like there's another one in the background.
Kind of, sort. Yeah.
It might be the one in the background. I'm not sure yet. It's one of them, but she's so excited. She helped you meet them.
She's always here. It's my great grandma. Somebody's always picking her up.
She's so strong. Like she's like watching out for you.
Yeah, she's like always right over my shoulder. You're not like by far the first person.
She's helping with the men.
Cool, that's perfect. I need help with that. And then just career and finance, anything that you could pick up. I've been told that something's supposed to happen before end of July, but I don't know exactly or if I'm going in the right direction career-wise.
The way they're answering this is you're gonna be able to save more money. It's what you'll have more money so you can save more money. That's the way I heard it.
Okay.
You're making more.
That's good. Okay, perfect. And one more question, I'm sorry. Career direction, because I'm going into counseling women who are having sort of communication issues in their relationship, different things like that. And I don't know what the next best move is. Do they say anything about that?
Well, you are a healer, so you're supposed to help people if you love it.
I love it. Like I'm trying to figure out. Okay.
You're on the right track. You have to do what you love if you're a healer. It makes it stronger. You can be a healer doing things you don't want to do, and it actually defeats the healing. So
yeah,
if you love it, you're right on track. You have to help people.
Okay. So just continue with the flow state and picking up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now let me ask, do you have you kind of settled into a modality or some way that you kind of see the energy moving and helping people?
Yes. So I pretty much work with energy quite a bit.
Okay.
Energy alchemy and kind of lifting up women's confidence,
Yes.
and letting them know the best parts of them when they you tend to forget sometimes, or things happen in your life and it alters your self-esteem, and I remind them of who they are so that they can thrive. And the light that lights up in them, just seeing that is just alone just enough for me, is payment enough.
Right.
But then I have bills as well. So
That's awesome.
One thing I've seen with that is if you can align it to maybe some modality or some method, like creating a method around it, like, okay, maybe you're communicating to their higher self or connecting to their soul's voice or something that, puts a process around it, then number one, it always has more value than if you don't have a process around it. But number two, you can go in with more confidence and say, well, we're going to hear what your soul has to say about where you're at, right? Or where your higher self, or what your true self, or the self that, chose to have you come into this world. Now you don't have to, because a lot of times people rest on, oh, well, maybe I didn't have this big experience or whatever. But if you can rest on a technique that, you have, and you name that technique, now all of that adds value to what you're doing and adds credibility. So maybe just take some time to think about that. And there are a lot of ways to connect into that. It could be through hypnosis. It could be through just downloading, or, some other type of methodology. But be thinking about that, and that'll give you the confidence too to say, oh, well, this is how I do it. This is what I do. And let's get on with it.
Thank you so much, Darius. You're very gifted as well, because you speak to the higher self, and I mainly go in channeling the higher self, because their mind's a little bit jumbled.
That's
but
right.
I do other things as well. So honing in one certain thing, that makes sense. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, if you can channel into their higher self and then connect them to that and share what the messages are and just name it, come up with a name, like something kind of catchy, and there you go. Now you hang out your shingle. Yeah.
That's such good advice. Thank you so much. I'm honored. Thank you.
Of course. Hey, I need your help. Come tell me what my higher self wants me to do next. Listen, we're all in this together, and we have to remember, like, each one of us has the answers that we're seeking, and we don't have them all by ourselves. That's why we all have to be connected. So Debbie, I love this. And, you wanted to do something pretty unique today. And I think she was fantastic for this because, we got a puppy showing up. I don't have Rosie today. Who do we have now right there?
Okay, this is Hudson. He kind of woke up. So hold on, let me get him.
Hey, Hudson.
Too bad you don't have Rosie.
I know. Rosie needs to see a friend.
A lot of people have heard him on the calls because he'll squeaky toy.
Oh, he's beautiful. Oh.
He smiles. He's a smiler.
Yes. Oh my God, I need a big hug. I need to just grab that thing and like squeeze it for 30 minutes.
He's a teddy bear.
It's like a big teddy bear.
Yeah.
It's like a soul therapy dog. Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's beautiful. That is so cool. He's so cozy. Yeah, I agree. What do y'all think of Hudson? Precious. Yeah, he is precious. I'm a trip. I don't know why I'm a trip. I guess I'm just a trip, says Deb. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's do this. You mentioned something we might do, which is connecting into some folks that want to guide us. And it sounds like Jamia had a grandmother who was giving her guidance. So is this kind of tied to what we're going to be doing today? Or are we going to do something else?
No, I love it. So
okay,
we can all use angels today to bring in a loved one. And how do they come in? Love. A loved one that loves us, just like we just saw. The great-grandmother loved her great-granddaughter, was helping her. We all have loved ones in heaven who are doing the same kind of thing for every one of us. So I want to tap in today with everybody and see who you get. I don't know who you're going to get. You're going to know who you're going to get. But yeah, if we want to, let's do it.
Let's do it. So this could be a loved one, a relative. Could it be a friend that passed on or somebody?
Yes, it could be so we're calling in human energy. You know, we're going to use the angels to bring in a past loved one. Yes, could be a friend, relative, doesn't have to be related. Could be a pet. Could be a pet.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. How many of you want to get some guidance? And this could be an answer to something that they're needing, or an energy, or closure, or wisdom about the future, or just a reconnection to believing again, right? Okay, well, let's do it. I'm ready.
Okay. All right. If you're driving, do it later on the replay, because we're going to close our eyes. So you can just gently close your eyes and do a couple inhale and exhale. Remember, just closing your eyes quiets the mind. And on your next inhale, imagine you're inhaling white light. This is the white light of the angelic realm. Let it fill you up and exhale it out. And now it's expanding into your aura. Take a couple more inhales of white light. And exhale. You might notice that you feel calmer, a little bit more peaceful, kind of like you're floating. And at this time, I'm going to call Archangel Michael. Now, he can be in a million places at once. So he's going to come towards you. And the way you'll see him is the white light will start to change in one area to a blue. The blue, very similar to the color of the center of a flame. Cobalt blue. He also feels very strong. His energy is a very strong, like a magnet. So we're going to ask Archangel Michael in this very safe, protected space to call in the loved one that's been trying to get a message to you today. You're going to think you made it up, but you might already know who it is. They've already entered your aura. The loved one has to be within 8 feet of you for you to pick them up. Michael he brought that in instantly. And when you feel or know who it is, when you're ready, ask them if they have a message for you. This could be an image, a thought, a sound. Again, feels like maybe you're making it up, but you're not. We're in a very meditative, altered state right now. And feel that love that they're giving you, the love from Archangel Michael and the love from your loved one. They came to you today because they love you. Receive it, receive their message. And some of you may just have gotten a message of love. Inhale and exhale and thank them for coming. Thank Archangel Michael. You'll see the aura maybe had changed to different colors when the loved one arrived. And now it's going back to blue, just Archangel Michael. And as he goes away, it'll go back to white. And inhale and exhale the white light. And when you're ready, wiggle your fingers. You can gently open your eyes and come back. We were out there. Everyone was out
Wow.
there.
Very much out there. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Let us know if you feel called, who came in and what was the message. I had my grandma come back in. She passed away probably about 3 years ago or so. And yeah, she said, don't worry. That was her big message. Like, don't worry.
Wow.
She always says, poco a poco. She's Italian, but they moved to Argentina, I think probably when my grandma was like maybe in her 20s, or a little younger. Yeah, actually younger. Yeah, as a child, but she's originally Sicilian, and she'd say poco a poco, which means little by little. Don't worry too much about everything.
That's great.
Yeah. Todo vas a andar, which means everything will work out. Everything's going to go forward. Todo vas a andar. So yeah, so that was my message. So don't worry. She notices I worry too much or try to do too much and come up with too much. So yeah, what did you guys get? And it feels very calming. It's like we unplug from the illusions of the world. A lot of people think like this world is like it, and then some people think this world is just a dream, and then when we die we wake up right from the dream. So which side are you on? Like, what are we really in here, right? Are we in the reality, or are we in the dream? Are we really sleeping, and then when we pass we wake up? So if we have a loved one that's on the other side, in the waking side, come in and give us a message, they're actually telling us, don't focus so much on the dream you're going through.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, because yeah. So anyway, just a thought, just wanted to meditate on that a bit, because yeah, we are kind of like in the dream, in the slumber here. Wow. One person said, I didn't get a message, but someone was stumbling around. Interesting. Okay. Well, that you need to explore that.
They heard them walking. We can actually hear, let's clairaudience. They heard the person moving around.
Wow. My middle brother. Oh no, I'm sorry your middle brother passed, but she said, just be yourself. Yeah.
Aww.
Richard, my mother's mother came in, so your grandmom. She gave me the memory of the delicious banana nut bread that she used to make. I loved it. Yeah, that's nice. And they'll give us these memories to just, I think of that joy as a child, right? That just unconditional, right? That unconditional remembering. Yeah, so special. Penny said, a friend who passed a few years ago with income advice, but it did feel like I made it up. Okay, so what do you do if someone's like, I think I made it up, but like there's that. And anybody that wants to be a healer, I'll give my advice. I'm going to let Debbie. But when I do calls and I'm working with people, there will be like a voice or something that comes in the moment someone comes on. And there's always another voice in my mind that says, oh, that's not it. You're making it up. But I find that it's always the first voice, or the most, kind of quiet, authentic voice that is real. So your temptation of your mind is always going to be, I'm making this up. What do you say about that, Debbie? What do you do to make sure that the mind doesn't convince you otherwise, per se?
Well, in the meditation, think about it. You probably got the message first. You probably heard grandma or dad. That's your first thought. second or third thoughts will be like, oh, you're making that up. Or so it's the second and third thoughts where the mind creeps in. The first thought is always real.
Wow.
First thought.
The first thought is always real. That's right. That's right.
Second and third is our mind. It's when the mind starts trying to process it.
There you go. So that's how you know. Another person, my mom came through to let me know everything is going to be all right and that I will meet someone who will change my life to all my dreams fulfilled. Beautiful. April said, I have a family member recently diagnosed with cancer. I'm so sorry to hear that. Prayers for them. And a little girl I knew named Paula, who passed away from that 40 years ago, came in. She gave me a message to pass along to my relative. Okay.
Wow.
My dog and my father came in, Alexandra. Oh, Alexandra. Wow. He's the source of my fear of authority. Her father is, and he told me to go for it. To go for getting the money.
She saw the dog that passed and her dad.
Wow. And her dad is the source of her fear of authority, and he said, go for it. So
he's got to overcome it. Yep. That is amazing. Wow.
Because from where he is, he can express the highest. Yeah, exactly. Wow. Yeah. Some people were smelling perfume. Archangel Michael was behind Natasha. Wow.
That's Claire Oliphant, smelling in the third eye. We can smell, smoke, perfume. That's amazing.
Wow. Jamia, oh my God, that was amazing. Archangel Michael energy is seriously like a magnet. The moment you said that, I felt a pulling of energy opposite of me. And she told me the guy, I didn't think of him and kind of shocked me. So nice. Yeah. Well, lots of things going on. I can see, Debbie. I mean, it is such a ripe time for us to just get realigned. And I want to give you a moment of just praise for your work and what you've done. You've worked with me and Sherry, and you identified all sorts of stuff. You found a relative that was pulling energy from me and causing challenges. Yes, they can be some relatives that are not like always in a highest place. You also helped Sherry when her mom passed, and there's the amazing story. I'm sure most of you, if you've been at UL for a while, you know the story of the crystal lamp, but literally Sherry's mother came in and showed Debbie an heirloom, and Debbie knew nothing about this. How would Debbie know about a 1800s crystal lamp that we had? But that's what my wife's mother showed Debbie, and Debbie brought it to Sherry's attention, and we knew this was 100% real. So it's been proven to me over and over again, and it brought in a big healing piece for my wife. And so I love your work. I believe in your work, and I believe in what you do. And that's why I want to feature some of what you're going to be doing today, because if there are people that want some time with Debbie, she's given about an hour and done countless readings. You may want more. Maybe you're hearing this on the replay and you didn't get to call in live, or maybe you got a little snippet and you're like, hey, I want more, or there's more questions I have. And you want to actually, especially in this time, an easier, more peaceful life, check out what Debbie's doing. It's at uwealthrevolution.com/Debbie, DEBBIE 27. And she's going to be helping you to tap into this supernatural angelic support. And this has to do with money, abundance, also the bodies. We got one question about health, and I need to unpack it and find it. But the other thing is sometimes there's healing energy that needs to get transmitted to people. And so I want to let people know really quick as I scroll down, just to let you know, if you want to grab time with Debbie, she's one of the few people that has continued to do readings, and she's also kept her reading price very reasonable. So package A is 45 minutes with Debbie for just $147. And if you want to add another 30-minute session with Debbie, it's $227. But she has been just a tireless giver. And if you want to grab that with her, it's right here in package A at uwealthrevolution.com/Debbie 27. There's a lot more that we're going to talk about. But Debbie, one thing people don't realize is you also channel from the angels soul healing energy for situations going on in the body, mentally, emotionally, physically. And again, we're using the soul's energy, a higher energy. We're not diagnosing or treating, but tell us about that piece of this, because a lot of people don't realize that.
So angels are guiding the whole session. So they're bringing in, just like we had Archangel Michael bring in a loved one, they're also showing me the body almost like a grid. And if there is a medical or some kind of issue, they show me where it is. They'll show me in the grid of the body, oh, that's located in your stomach, or that's located in the back. And then they'll kind of explain, well, that's past life, or that's emotional. The angels are able to see into the body, see why something might be physically stuck in the body, and see where it came from. And sometimes I'll see the story, sometimes I'll just know what it is, but it's all angels identifying. And when they identify it, they clear it. They not only just show me, they're able to move it. They're able to move the energy, and it helps release physical stuff, physical pain, emotional pain. It can shift things. Energy is everything. Energy's everything.
It is. Wow. I love that. And so it's not like you have to do like a physical situation in one session and get another session for a job or an abundant situation or relationship. If you have a question, fit these questions in with 45 minutes with Debbie, and it will go quick, but you will get a huge bit of guidance. And if there's something blocking you, what I would suggest you do is, if you ask Debbie about a job or about a relationship, and she gives you a bit of wisdom, ask her, hey, do they see anything blocking me from fully receiving that too? Because then you can prime yourself to move into that new future. Like if I tell someone, yeah, you should go start a business, you do really well. Well, how many people would do that and actually do well? Maybe a very small percentage, because our past, our belief systems would block. But if you could be cleared to actually follow that path, and you knew what type of business and where and when and how to bring it forward and all of those things, you're now increasing your odds of not just success, but supernatural help to really create a magical life. And that's what this season is about, is like the magic help, putting it all in order so people look at your life and go, the world, did you do that? That was magical. What happened? Well, we called in some supernatural help. That's what happened. And that's what we're doing. So I love it. I love it. Yeah. And this is, as you look at this, we're talking about how to use the magic of angels in your reality. And, it's absolutely true. So 45 minutes with you is package A, and you can read all the stories. You can understand what she's doing, why she's doing it, how she's doing it. And you're going to schedule your session. It's by phone or Zoom. So if you want to be seen, that's fine. If you want to just do it on the phone, that's fine. And then the session is recorded and sent to you afterwards. So you're going to have it. Sometimes, Debbie, is there healing energies and frequencies in the session? Do they kind of bring in some sort of vibrational resonance as this is happening?
There's always healing going on in the sessions, Darius, always. And when we get the recording, if people choose to record it, the healing energy is captured in the sound. So angels work, or through me, work through sound. So the sound of my voice, I work through the sound of your voice. That's how I'm able to discern and hear.
I love it. I just love it. And the other thing is, you've got some other pieces. If you're going to schedule a session, you're going to want to go through, and while you're waiting, get the white light clearing meditation and some others. Tell me about some of these. You've got a white light clearing meditation, a 444 sound bath meditation that you're doing, and angelic preparation for the dream state and PTSD release, a lot more. Tell me about some of these. First, the white light. What is that?
That is a guided meditation to help you clear energy. So, if you're feeling off, this is awesome. You can just sit and do the guided meditation, and it moves energy out of the body, something that might be stuck. A lot of times we can have maybe like we could have a weird phone call, or we could, you know, just have an interaction with another driver, just something's off. And this will clear the energy, any negative energy out of the spirit.
I was going to say, like, if we feel like there's an attack or we've got just kind of a heavy funk, or we wake up someday, it's just like, it feels like something's going wrong. And then it just starts stacking. We can listen to this and clear this out and clear the energy out and restart again.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't feel like yourself. That's a good one to use.
That's a good one. Yeah. Oh my, wow. Okay. Then you've got this 444 hertz sound salt bath. Now tell me about sound and salt. That's an interesting combination. What's important about that?
So salt clears EMFs. Salt clears the aura. And this is using the crystal bowls along with electronica. And it combines to make the 444 hertz frequency, which is the key of David. So that's a very healing key or frequency. And just listening to this clears out your aura. Kind of feels like you just took a salt bath.
The key of David. Isn't this what David used to help Saul, King Saul or King Solomon, I think it was, that had a lot of pain? He used this special key. So, wow, that's an hour and 11 minutes.
Yeah. So it's an angel number 111. And
wow.
And you can use it to go to sleep. It's great to go to bed too. Yeah.
Leave it playing in the house. Leave it, you know, my wife's always like, I love to go to the beach. I feel so much better and cleaner. And I'm like, yeah, because salt and water, they bind energy. Well, the water binds energy. So it clears your energy, takes the negative energy, binds it. I mean, that's, you know, what's interesting about water, what a lot of people don't realize. Why do you think the Christians used baptism, right? Because that probably the bathing of the person in water probably went back to some other, you know, type of worship, but they realized that water binds energy, just like you can anoint somebody with oil, because oils can be charged with energy, and then you place it on the body and it brings higher frequency to the body or removes negative energy. So, you know, it might have been a pagan ritual that they borrowed, but water is a binder of energy. So you want to cleanse. So I love that, especially now. There's a lot going on. And then the dream state. This is pretty cool because a lot of people have been telling me they are getting there's a lot of unconscious purging happening in the dreams right now, where a lot of folks they're not getting good night's sleep. And it's like, we have so much we're processing and it's affecting our sleep. And then a lot of people are just having the same dreams and the same sort of fears over and over again. What's going on with this piece?
So this is a meditation to have Michael protect your dreams, protect your sleep. This is it's a short meditation. You can do it right before bed, and it's guided to help you get the protection in so you can sleep, and only the good stuff comes through. With protection, we'll still dream. It's not that we won't dream, but we'll get rid of I call it riffraff. You know, stuff we don't need, confusing things, weird stuff. Gets rid of that.
Do we go into the astral realm when we dream and astral travel? What do you see happening in the nighttime state and the dream state?
Between 12 and 4 a.m. is the veil goes down. So if you're sleeping during that time, which most of us, I would say a high percentage of us are, we're going to get downloads during that time. Loved ones. A lot of times during that time of night, you'll dream of a loved one because they can get through to you. They're trying. That's one of their ways they can get through. But if you feel, this is how you know if you're astral projected. You will feel like you're falling off the bed. You'll jerk. You'll feel like you landed or you're about to fall off the bed and you're in the middle. That's how you know if you astral projected.
And are they any warnings about that? I mean, if we're just astral projecting in our sleep, then I would think you kind of want to be protected in some way. The astral is not necessarily just an all love and light place. There's a lot of
No.
astral debris and entities hanging out there.
It's just like the psychic field, that's why, angels are so good for protecting the aura. Yeah, the astral field is the same. So we could go out there and hang out with demons, and we don't want to do that. We want to get, yeah, sorry. Hudson got his football. Sorry.
Interesting. I want to say this, and I say this is like really important because what she's doing here, I would listen to, and I'm gonna get this and listen every night, because the astral plane can be very dangerous, especially if you want to, be a spiritual person that's kind of getting wisdom, and you feel there's so many people that they're like, oh, I channel this, and I'm like, I have no idea what that is. Don't come on my show. I don't want that. When I studied metaphysical hypnosis, my teacher Jerry, he actually ended up he was in the military and was originally a hypnotist, but they had recruited him at an early age because he was like one of the top hypnotists at the time in the 50s, and he had studied under Dave Ellman. And one of the things that they wanted him to do was learn astral projection, because they wanted to spy on the Soviet Union, and they wanted him to teach that to soldiers. So he would teach U.S. military folks how to astral project. And at one point he had a gentleman astral projecting, and he would say, hey, you know what? Stay going this path. Don't go into this little cave. He called it they were like these little tunnels. And he said, they're like the candy store of the astral realm. They want to pull you in. They're like very attractive, right? And you feel like you want to go into the candy store. And he kept telling this guy, he's like, don't go in there. Don't go in there. And the guy's just, he's in a hypnotic state. His eyes are closed. He's sitting on this chair. And the guy goes in there astrally, remember? And all of a sudden he just starts screaming. And Jerry's like, get out of there. Find your Akka cord. Call on the angels. Get yourself out. Get yourself out.
Right.
Jerry didn't fool around. He's a New Yorker guy. He was about 60 at the time. Just no BS guy. He goes, literally, nobody touches the guy. His shirt rips wide open, and these giant claw marks just tear across his chest, and his chest is bleeding. Something in the astral realm, some demon or whatever, was so powerful that it physically manifested in his body as ripping his shirt open and clawing his chest. So they got the guy awake. He's absolutely white with fear. He never wanted to astral project again. And he said, I felt the most evil, dark feeling I've ever felt in my life. And he said, literally a demon just ripped across his chest in the astral realm. And there was so much psychic energy that it manifested through his body. So Jerry's like, and he was teaching, like, if you're going to do this, don't go in those candy stores. So gotta be careful, folks. I'm not kidding you. This stuff is intense. So definitely listen to that before you go to bed. I want to talk about angelic release of PTSD. See, no one's gonna forget that story. So you're gonna be careful in the astral realm when you think about Jerry and the man's shirt ripping open. Tell me about PTSD real quick, Debbie, and then I want to get to maybe one or two more questions. This is good stuff.
Okay, I love this meditation. I actually created it because I needed it. And all this stuff I do myself. I do it to myself. But PTSD, this would be in real time. So something that happened not in childhood, but I would say like recent PTSD. Seeing an accident, seeing trauma. And it's just won't stop playing in your mind. Now, all of you know what I'm talking about. You see something horrific and it just won't leave your mind. This is made to break the repetition. This is using a guided meditation using angels to stop the loop.
The loop, yeah.
Yeah, it stops the loop. We can get in a stuck loop when we see something or hear something traumatic. And this is to help that type of situation.
And then we've got angelic protection meditation, a lot more. This is a lot for package A. This is a chance to rewrite your destiny with Debbie. And remember, if she tells you there's a path, ask the angels, ask her, okay, can you check if I'm fully clear for that path? And if not, help me a bit to clear out and move forward. And if you want to add more time, 30 minutes, that's there. So does that 30 minutes just go into the session so it becomes 30 plus 45, or is it a second day or another?
It's separate. Yeah, I recommend separate. I don't do it together. It's better to have it like 30 days later so you can absorb what happened the first time.
Okay. And we've got more in here as well. Soul Solution with Archangel Metatron and Find Your Soul's Place. And expiring bonus, the Key of David frequency 444. So we got a lot of stuff. If you enjoyed the 444 Hertz salt bath, we've got the Key of David as well. So this is another piece. And yep, we're getting right here, David and Saul from biblical times, and the harp that was rumored to heal King Saul. So yeah, it's amazing. Lots there, Debbie. I'm so glad. And what's happening this summer? Because I know there are going to be a lot of people who want sessions. I know we're going to be moving into encores, but you've got spots for people if they need help. They don't want to do this alone. They don't want to go through all the crazy by themselves. They've got a big decision. You're going to be helping people through the summer, right?
Absolutely. I've opened up spots starting next week. So
oh my gosh,
if you go on, you can get in as soon as next week, Monday.
Wow. Okay. I may be booking a session too. I think we all need help. And this is serious time. I'm telling you, there's a lot of energy coming at people. There's a lot of decisions, a lot of things. And we all are in this together. So you don't have to feel alone. We all are connected. And Debbie is just a huge gift and resource for everyone here. So Debbie, I'm going to let the angels take the floor. I know I asked a bunch of questions early on, so I feel pretty good. But anything they want us to know, anything they want us to be aware of, I'm going to let them have the floor. So,
oh, Darius, I love this show. You are freaking awesome. Thank you. Just thank you for your energy. Darius has good energy. I feel it.
oh.
Well, there was one thing I wanted to mention, and it's something that's a phenomena that keeps coming up for any of us who's lost a loved one. And I like to share these repeating messages, when I keep hearing about it. A lot of people have expressed that a loved one will be at their dying bed and say the most horrible things to them right before they pass, like very angry, or almost like a demon came through them right at the time of passing. And when I do the readings, the loved ones don't remember saying any of it. And I want to share that with everyone. That's not your loved one talking. If they are doing that right before they passed, it's a combination of things the angels say. It's failure of the brain, the nervous system, blood flow, but also sometimes as someone's trying to go to the light, demons will attack them. I just don't want anyone to, I've had so much healing work around what is said when people, they have this, it's the trauma of it, being told hateful messages right before the person passes. Then you can't even talk about it. But that person who said it, they never remember it. They don't know they did it. Very important message.
Thank you, Debbie. This was amazing. I'll send you big love, and send Hudson some love too. I guess he needs a big hug. Everyone, if you want to go deeper, check out what Debbie is doing. As we get to the end of the season and these close down, we may never open this up again, this particular offer. So if you want to grab it, or you don't want to do this alone, or you're going through some challenges, check it there at uwealthrevolution.com/Debbie27. We'll see you in the next session. Everyone, believe in yourself, believe in what's possible, and let's go to the highest possible timeline of light for each of you. And all you have to do is ask. That's what starts the journey. Much love. We'll see you soon. Take care.